Imagine waking up in a cold, windowless room, completely stripped of your memories, unable to remember your own name or the faces of your children. You realize with absolute horror that your thoughts are no longer your own, but rather commands planted deep inside your brain by a faceless entity. This is not a fictional horror movie. It is the documented reality of the CIA's most terrifying secret program, known as Project MKUltra. During the height of the Cold War in 1953, the United States government became obsessed with the terrifying idea that their enemies had developed mind control technologies. Driven by paranoia, the CIA launched a covert operation designed to master the art of human brainwashing, regardless of the human cost. For over 20 years, they operated in the shadows, using unsuspecting citizens as human guinea pigs. The experiments were incredibly cruel and took place in universities, prisons, and psychiatric hospitals across America and Canada. Unknowing patients who went into hospitals looking for simple help with anxiety were instead subjected to massive doses of chemical substances. Doctors, funded secretly by the government, kept these innocent victims in chemically induced comas for weeks at a time, completely destroying their fragile minds. But forced substances were just the beginning of this psychological nightmare. Victims were placed in sensory deprivation chambers, forced to endure complete darkness and silence for days until they began to lose their minds. After wiping their memories completely, the researchers would play recorded loops of commands for hundreds of thousands of times through headphones, trying to rebuild a completely new, obedient personality from scratch. One of the most infamous locations was led by a ruthless psychiatrist named Ewan Cameron at McGill University. He believed that he could completely reprogram the human brain by systematically breaking it down using heavy electroshock therapy. He applied currents that were 70 times stronger than the safety limits, turning functional, educated individuals into helpless infants who had to relearn how to walk, talk, and eat. The true madness of MKUltra is that it did not stay inside the walls of hospitals. In an operation called Operation Midnight Climax, the CIA set up safe houses in San Francisco. They hired operatives to lure ordinary men from bars into these apartments, where they were secretly dosed with powerful hallucinogens. Behind one-way mirrors, CIA agents sat drinking cocktails, watching American citizens lose their sanity for cold research. This dark chapter came to a sudden end in 1973. When the public started asking dangerous questions, the CIA director ordered the immediate destruction of all MKUltra files. They believed that by burning the paper, they could erase the screens of the victims forever. However, a small miscalculation left thousands of financial documents undestroyed, which later revealed the full, terrifying truth to the world. The government was eventually forced to admit to these crimes and pay millions in compensation, closing the project forever without a cliffhanger. The nightmare ended, but the scars on humanity remain as a chilling reminder of what happens when power goes completely unchecked. Now that you know the dark truth behind this secret project, let me ask you this question. Do you believe that such mind control experiments have truly stopped today, or have they just become deeper and more advanced under different names? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.